this is an important topic, and it's as important as climate change. It just doesn't have the profile yet. Why? Because if we survive the challenges that we have with the climate, we need to worry about what kind of beings we're going to be surviving in whatever kind of environment we're in. One of the things I try to do is I try to lay out, as best I understand them, the potential benefits of this technology. And I recognize that these benefits will devolve on many of us. The prospective parents who might have these children that have been genetically modified would benefit. The future children themselves might benefit. Society, especially if these children are gifted with certain kinds of abilities that would help us make a better world. The gene pool will be affected, and hopefully positively. But these same broad categories are also at risk of certain kinds of potential harms. And you'll see this slide just repeats that list with one minor exception. I have named first the women egg providers. Far too often in this debate, we forget about where those tissues come from. Germline genome editing is making genetic changes in your reproductive cells, in your sperm, your eggs, the early stage embryos. And the things that's really important is it's actually relatively easy to get access to sperm. It's not so easy to get access to eggs. And yet we talk about these materials as if they're just sitting on the shelf, and all we have to do is go take some and do in our lab and do our little bit of messing about. And when I look at that, I also take the time to talk about what I think of as harms and wrongs. There are safe and effective ways to destroy the forests, but we might say that's wrong. There are safe and effective ways to destroy the Mona Lisa, and we might say that that's wrong. In theory, if we were to think about the human genome in some kind of a framework, as some kind of a cultural heirloom, we might say there are ways in which we could modify it, add genes, delete genes, etc., but that certain ways might be wrong.